Talk. We pulled off quite a coup, really, on Pillow Talk today. I'm very honoured to be in bed with the richest man in England.
The world? Loadsamoney! I ain't got any money, though. I'm just here on my own.
Pretend.
I brought my money under the bed, honest. Trouble is, trouble with loads of money, you see.
Yeah.
Is it oh, do you want to introduce me, sorry?
Well, no, not really. Harry Enfield, Emma Freud. How do you do? Go on.
How do you do? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
In bed with Emma. Yeah,
Trouble with
Stavros' blog is support Arsenal, but Loadsamoney supports Spurs, so he'd say this bed's rubbish. He'd probably kick you out. He wouldn't get in. Nah, he wouldn't get into bed with you. Mind you, Loadsamoney wouldn't. It's odd for Loadsamoney to be in bed with a bird, you see.
Is it?
Yeah, a bird. It's more like 10 usually, you see.
Where did Loadsamoney come from? Is he someone that you know, like Stavros?
He's a plasterer. Well, he's invented by my mate Paul Whitehouse, who is a plasterer.
Yeah.
But he is really all the other people at work, not him.
So he isn't based on him. I mean, Paul isn't going around being very offended.
No, Paul had just come back going, loads of money, all these people at work, you know. And it's like there was a big hooligan thing on the ferry a few years ago, when the Arsenal, what was it? No, it was Spurs and Man United fans all had a big ruck and there was big trouble. And all the Spurs fans were in the first class and all the Arsenal fans were in the second class, and the Spurs were at the top of the galleyway, and they had money and they were going, yeah, and all the Man U supporters downstairs going, yeah, loads of money at them. Years ago. All these poor guys from Manchester, you know, i.e. they were on the dole and they went, it's despicable behaviour.
Stavros, who's your other character, was actually based on one person rather than a group, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
That's some chap up in Hackney where you used to live.
Some chap up in Hackney. Adam Athanasio, he's called, who was my local kebab owner in Hackney and now runs Adam's Sandwich Bar in Leytonstone.
Do they not do kebabs anymore?
Station. No, he does sandwiches. He only works in the morning now. It's great. He works in the morning, in the afternoon he has the office. Now he has a tie on. Oh, stop messing about.
What does Adam think of Stavros?
What does he think
him?
of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He really likes it, and so do his kids. They're all coming to see me next week.
Is that right?
Yes. I'd like to say hello to Daphne and Dino and Adam and everybody else. I can't go through all the names.
Yeah. Stavros is now doing impressions, isn't he? Which is quite a sort of a new venture for him.
I don't know. I think he did some on the last series of Friday Night Live. I think he did David Coleman and people like that, sort of. What an extraordinary thing it is. I think.
He's great. He does Dennis Norden too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's doing Dennis. He did Dennis Norden last night, I think. And it's a Stavros guy. Dennis, if you're one of those peeps. Something like that, anyway. I can't do it very well lying down.
You can, you do it beautiful. Harry,
she said I do it beautiful.
You do.
Sorry. Enough, carry on, guys.
Yeah, very funny, double entendre. Harry.
Yeah.
Can you only do characters because you can hide behind them, or could you actually do stand-up as well?
Well, it's not very easy doing stand-up, being sort of middle class, you see. I think you have to be sort of working class to do stand-up. For some reason, I wish it wasn't true, but it's kind of like, you know, like you have to be like Craig Charles and go, well, isn't it funny, and, you know, and on the dole and Liverpool and all that. Or like like Ben Elton and go, yes, indeed, all that, and well, a funny thing happened. But if I went out and went, ladies and gentlemen, it was so funny the other day, because I was, you know, people would go, ugh, he's a bit of a punt, which I am.
So you would never do it? You're always going to hide?
Well, I think I have to, really, yes.
What about doing more political stuff? Because I read somewhere that you really admire people like Ben Elton, who obviously is very political. Would you ever want to do political stuff? Or do you consider stuff you do now to be political? Well,
I do, in a way, think it is political. I mean, I think Loadsamoney, to me, is someone who kind of epitomises all that's bad about Thatcherism, really, in that, you know, all the sort of quality of life. It's just reduced to money, and all art and everything else is just money. I think he's like a younger Mrs. Thatcher without the elocution lessons, really. So, you know, I think he's not someone you like to hate, which is kind of how I see Mrs. Thatcher being a bit of a lefty. A very radical left-wing, middle-class person, of course.
Have you ever had people then getting angry at characters like that? Like, have you ever had anybody walk out on you or anything like that? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a woman walk out in Edinburgh because I was doing a thing about Loadsamoney's what he'd think of condoms. And he said if I did wear one, right, I'd chop the end off because I ain't getting all that stuff all over my, what's it, you know. Without using it's disgusting, that, isn't it? Disgusting. And the point of that is, I mean, she was stupid to walk out because, you know, he's a moron saying a moron's thing, and people say that kind of thing, staggeringly enough. And so if the kind of people who actually say that kind of thing see him and everyone laughs, then they probably won't do it anymore, you know.
That's real satire, isn't it?
Yeah. So, you know, I think she was silly to walk out. But it was a very, you know, she put her coat over everything and went, "This is sugar," only the rude word, and walked out. It was very dramatic.
Did that upset you? Because you are...
No, I was just, it was a bit of a silence, you know, and I just went, "That's a bird, don't laugh," which is all I could say, really. It was stupid. It was a bad thing to say, but I had to.
You do come across. Don't look the other way. Over here. Concentrate. You do come across as being very kind of relaxed and all that sort of stuff. But I've heard that you get terrified before you do public appearances. Is that true?
Yes, I do. I sort of tend to be sick before.
Really? You actually throw up?
Yes, usually.
Is that because you're underconfident?
Yes, I think so. Well, it's very difficult to think if you got to go out in front of people for sort of 40 minutes or an hour, and there's just you. You know, it's not like being in a band where there's lots of you and you play songs and everyone claps or they don't clap at the end of the song. It's kind of like you expect people to laugh every 10 seconds, or you want them to. So you think, well, how am I going to keep that up for an hour? You know, and if they, you just think, help! What if they don't laugh? All these people, and they're all looking at you, and they're all going to think you are rubbish. And you know, it's a bit
have you
scary.
found a way of coping with that yet?
Drinking whiskey before I go on in large quantities, and smoking cigarettes, which I know is naughty.
Naughty. What about when you go out, Harry? Because you've now become so well known for doing Stavros and Loadsamoney, who are really, really popular. Do you have a huge amount of pressure to be funny all the time when you go out to parties and stuff?
Well, I never really get recognised. I mean, I do more now because of Loadsamoney, but I never do for Stavros. I mean, very, very occasionally.
Not even if you stand like this?
Yes, if I stand in the tube like this going, "Hello, matey pigs." Flipping crowded tube, isn't it? I suppose I might do, but I don't tend to do that kind of thing. But, I mean, I do... No, I'm not very funny at parties or anything, you know. I just get boring, and if people say, "I've seen you on the telly," you know, what do you say? You sort of go, "Oh," you know.
Do you ever find people actually get disappointed meeting you, thinking,
all
"Oh,
the
brilliant,
time.
Harry Enfield's going to be really funny," and then you're really dull?
All the time. There's a girl I met today who was disappointed. Emma Freud, I think she was good. Oh,
Harry,
no, surely, but...
When we met earlier, you did that brilliant thing.
Right.
With, you know, that little thing.
Don't tell them about it.
The thing, do that again.
With the thing in my throat?
Yeah.
Sounds a bit rude.
Go on.
Okay. What do you want me to say?
Help get me out of here.
All right. It's a man in the bed. Is the little man in the bed, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see if he's here.
Let me out of here! Please let me out, I can't get out! And for Christ's sake, I'm suffocating! Emma, please let me get me out!
How do you do that? Show me what you're doing when you do that. I want to be able to do.
Do that? It's not me, it's him! Please help!
What are you actually doing with your mouth?
You just blow.
Yeah.
Make a little gap in your teeth and go... and then talk at the same time. So you sort of go...
1, 2, 3...
He can sing too, he's good at singing.
Go on, do some singing, yeah.
What should I sing? What's your favourite song?
Oh, blimey,
Quick.
I don't know. Under the Brown Bushes.
I don't know how it goes.
3 Blind Mice.
3 blind mice, 3 blind mice, see how he runs, see how he runs, I've got to return with the cars and mice, 3 blind mice.
There you go. Oh, I forgot to make you do that.
Do you ever find yourself kind of wandering around your flat and
Yeah,
making yourself
all the time.
laugh?
Well, yes, because me and Teddy... Oh, I see, making myself laugh. My mate, I was just going to say my mate Ted, who I used to share a flat with years and years ago, Toddy, from my old schoolmate. He used to do it as well, so we used to walk around the flat going,
Hello, Teddy.
yeah.
Hello, Harry.
And his girlfriend thought we were very odd, but we used to sort of talk in very...
But
anyway, sorry.
do you ever find yourself wandering around just sort of chuckling at your own humour? Because you are funny.
Well, I don't know. I did the other day, because I remembered a boy at school, Gil Julian Smaller, and it just occurred to me I was brushing my teeth. And this boy, he was always hunched over his desk. If I get up more so I can do it. He's one of those boys with big glasses who used to go like that all the time. He'd never blow his nose like that. And he always had a paper, and he'd be writing sort of, you know, on the paper, like, hiding it from you. And you go
So
up
you
and say,
couldn't cheat?
Yeah, and you go up and say, hello, Julian, how are you? And he goes, none the better if you're asking. It just occurred to me, I was brushing my teeth and I went, none the better if you're asking.
Brilliant. Harry, thank you very much indeed for coming in. That was great.
Thank you very much.
Lots more
Emma.
later first. After the break, it's time for Jonathan Butler. You're funny. Thank you.
Are we still there? Are we still on it?
No, we finished now.
Oh, right.